Hello, and welcome to another episode of You Wouldn't Remember Me Now, where today we look at the legendary Val Kilmer. If you were born in the late 60s or early 70s and grew up in America, then there was a good chance that you had a poster of this man on your bedroom wall. At one point during his career, Val Kilmer was huge, one half of Hollywood's most electric on-screen duos. A leading man who could both charm and intimidate in equal measure. His intense performances and list of credits marked him out as a true movie star. But where is he now? What has he been up to since disappearing from the big screen? And how did he go from being one of Hollywood's most sought-after actors to appearing in direct-to-video animated movies about talking dogs? Join me as we find out what happened next for Val Kilmer. Valedictorian Kilmer was born in 1955 in Los Angeles. He changed schools frequently due to his father's work as an aerospace engineer. He would attend 8 different high schools before graduating from a 9th. He began acting in school plays while still in his teens, and by the time he left education, he had enrolled at the famous Lee Strasberg Theater and Film Institute, having decided to pursue a career in acting. It was here he met future Hollywood heavy hitter Michael Douglas, the pair becoming fast friends after they were both cast in a production of The Two Gentlemen of Verona. This relationship with Douglas would prove pivotal for Kilmer's career, as it was Douglas who would recommend Kilmer for the role of Tom Kazansky, aka Iceman, in the 1986 blockbuster Top Gun. This role would make Kilmer a household name overnight, launching him into superstardom. There was no doubting Kilmer's intensity on screen. He was able to perfectly capture Iceman's initial arrogance and aloofness, but also his capacity for great love and selflessness. His performance and chemistry with co-star Tom Cruise helped to elevate Top Gun to become one of the biggest movies of all time. In fact, such was the impact of Kilmer's portrayal of the character that he was reportedly offered the role of Maverick instead, which ultimately went to Cruise. But Kilmer turned it down as he didn't want to be typecast as a pilot, having just played one in Top Gun. To Cruise's surprise, when Kilmer turned down the role, he asked why, to which Kilmer said, "I don't know if I can do that. I mean, I don't want to be Mr. Top Gun, doing pictures forever." Little did he know that he would end up reprising his role as Iceman over 30 years later in the 2022 sequel. But following the success of Top Gun, Kilmer wanted to distance himself from the commercial film industry. He wanted to reinvent himself as a serious actor, having already demonstrated range in his early career by playing a gay teenager in the drama film Willow Creek. So with his newfound fame, Kilmer chose to take on challenging dramatic roles in independent movies, including Real Genius, The Real Thing, and The Thief and the Cobbler. He also reunited with his friend Michael Douglas in the 1987 Wall Street to play his psychotic son. And although these movies didn't always perform well at the box office, they garnered Kilmer critical acclaim. In 1990, Kilmer got the call he had been waiting for, an offer to play a leading man in a major motion picture. Oliver Stone was looking for an actor to play Jim Morrison, the legendary frontman of The Doors, in an upcoming biopic. Kilmer prepared extensively for the role, changing his appearance to match that of Morrison and studying hours of video footage of the rock star. He became so immersed in the character that he even spent time living like Morrison, taking drugs and having frequent one-night stands. Kilmer recalled, "I tried to immerse myself in the life. I didn't tell my wife I was going to do this. She found out when I told her I wasn't coming home for 3 weeks." The Doors went into production in 1990 and was released 2 years later to mixed reviews. Some felt that Kilmer's performance was too mannered and over the top, but others praised his commitment to the role, feeling that he had truly captured the spirit of Morrison. Regardless of the critics' opinions, the film was a box office success. Following this, Kilmer starred in the 1992 comedy film For the Boys opposite Bette Midler. He then took on the role of Batman's arch-nemesis, the Riddler, in the 1995 movie Batman Forever. Once again, the critics panned his performance, calling it too camp and over the top, but audiences loved it. And the movie went on to gross over $300 million worldwide. With his career at its peak, you could have forgiven Kilmer for wanting to sit back and relax. But he had other plans. He shocked many in Hollywood when he turned down the role of a lifetime, that of James Bond in the 1999 movie The World Is Not Enough. According to reports, Kilmer was in talks with producers for several months, but he eventually turned down the role for personal reasons. But some reports suggest that he turned it down because he was busy filming another movie, The Saint, based on the adventures of Simon Templar, a suave British adventurer created by writer Leslie Charteris. Although the movie received negative reviews upon its release, it was a modest box office success. And Kilmer followed this up with a lead role in the 2000 comedy film Wonder Boys. Again, the critics weren't fans, but audiences were, and the movie was a financial hit. And so it seemed that Kilmer's career was going from strength to strength, but something was amiss. Kilmer was hiding a secret. He had been diagnosed with throat cancer and had to undergo extensive surgery. This, coupled with his growing dissatisfaction with the film industry, caused him to scale back his acting commitments. After starring in the 2003 movie The Girl Next Door, he only took on one more film role over the next 9 years, playing the villain in the 2010 movie Takers. It was around this time that Kilmer started making regular appearances on television talk shows and hosting various TV shows, including Saturday Night Live. He also appeared as himself in the 2012 movie Top Secret. He began narrating nature documentaries and even starred in his own reality TV series on the military channel called Kilmer Inc., which saw him tattoo military veterans. He even published an autobiography in 2006 titled I'm Your Huckleberry. Throughout all this, rumors persisted that Kilmer had fallen out with his former Top Gun co-star Tom Cruise over money. Kilmer never addressed these rumors directly, but in his autobiography, he wrote of his disappointment that he hadn't been invited to the 2006 Top Gun sequel premiere. That stung. To this day, I have not been invited to any Top Gun gatherings, not even the premiere. It surprised me because normally Tom is very generous about these things. So what is Kilmer doing now? Well, over the last decade, Kilmer has appeared in a number of straight-to-video animated movies. He has voiced Nitro in the 2014 animated movie The Nut Job, Mayor Humdinger in the 2017 film The Nut Job 2, Nutty by Nature, and Zeus in the 2019 film K-9. But he continues to appear at comic conventions and reprises his role as Iceman in the 2022 Top Gun sequel, 36 years after first playing the role. He was reported to have lost his voice due to his battle with throat cancer, but clearly this hasn't affected his passion for acting. I think it's fair to say that Val Kilmer is a Hollywood legend. Whether it be his portrayal of Iceman in Top Gun, his electrifying performance as Jim Morrison in The Doors, or his unforgettable turn as the Riddler in Batman Forever, he is a true icon of 80s and 90s cinema. Let us know what your favorite Val Kilmer movie is in the comments below. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to check out other videos about some of Hollywood's biggest stars, past and present. Until next time.